All right, bringing up the mic. It is approximately 7:23 here on this Sunday, August 29th. Wanted to test the wheels a little bit, get back into some weather. It's been a little while. Obviously, a lot of people watching the weather today for good reason. Pretty powerful tropical system making landfall early this afternoon on the southern and southeastern coast of Louisiana. Of course, that will be our focus during this broadcast. It did come on shore as a Category 4 hurricane, very powerful storm. I saw barometric pressure down close to 930 millibar, and sounds like it's going to end up being a high-end Cat 4, but I'd say that there's one saving grace here, and that is that the placement of where it came ashore, very remote, very marshy, with some barrier islands, and Grand Isle, Louisiana, Houma, Louisiana. These guys are very familiar with tropics, and while damage has been done, it was to be expected. New Orleans is now next in line, so I'm going to provide some radar analysis coming out of New Orleans, Louisiana, coming up here in just a couple of moments. I want to let a moment go by, let people come on in the door. I think I've got a live camera set up here. There you go. Well, it looks like it's not picking up one of my cameras. We'll see if we can't fix that in real time here. But that's a look just a few moments ago out of the French Quarter in New Orleans, Louisiana. And yeah, just a little while earlier, you could really see the rain whipping here, and you could see a little bit of debris, not a lot. Okay, New Orleans, I think, is safely on the perimeter of where this storm is, so that much is going to be very helpful. We'll come back to this image here in a couple of moments. Let's see what I'm seeing on radar. There it is. And this is water vapor imagery. And it really is pretty remarkable to see how well this storm has held together, despite the fact that it's been on shore for like 7 hours now. Or, it began that process of making landfall. But because it slowed down so much, and also it's going over a marshy terrain, it didn't weaken very fast. And because of that, it's still packing quite a punch. In fact, we'll get the latest from the National Hurricane Center coming up here during this broadcast. Not going to be a long-winded affair. Just wanted to provide you guys with some updates. They're still saying as of 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern, that minimum pressure still at 938 millibar, which is actually very remarkable. And sustained winds are at about 130 miles per hour. So nothing to sniff at. This is still a Category 4 storm, even though it's been on shore for a while. I have no doubt, and we'll see what the latest Air Force reconnaissance comes in. I have no doubt it's filling in and it's weakening. So the 4 p.m. update is not quite reflective of what we're seeing outside currently. But hey, it's a pretty potent storm. Let's see who we have. We've got Mr. Perry in the house, the professor. Great speaking with you earlier, by the way, Jim. As always, we've got Mrs. Apples, Kathy Major. I've got Sean Perdicone. Is it Perdicone? Good to see you on here. He says, miss you on Facebook. I don't have it anymore. A lot of people getting rid of Facebook for various reasons. So Sean, it's good to see you on here. And yeah, thanks for being here. Kathy on here. Rich Lupia was right on with his forecast this morning. Rich is doing a great job, by the way. And he's helping, especially in the earlier hours, taking care of some forecasting. He's really worked hard at it here over the summer. Very proud of him. And we'll have Rich Lupia join us during future updates, by the way. Rianne on here. Hello from Fort Wayne. Good to see you, Rianne. Again, just wanted to recap what we're seeing with this hurricane. There's a closer up look. This is water vapor imagery, but it's cool image because it can show you exactly where that eye is located, you know, with regards to New Orleans and soon to be Baton Rouge. It's going to pass just to the east of Baton Rouge. It's going to pass, as it is now, to the west of New Orleans. Let's take a look at some more bells and whistles here. So this is classic enhanced infrared satellite imagery here. You can see where we had the darker colors, even some of the white cloud tops, the blacks. They kind of they've been flattening out a little bit. They've been coming down, as you would expect with the landfall and hurricanes. The cloud tops are coming down just a little bit, very gradually, but it is a weakening process with this storm. So that much is good. And I'll take you on over to some radar imagery now. So here's the actual radar associated with this. And New Orleans getting blasted by wind and rain. Latest information coming in from New Orleans, and I'll see if I can't get that live picture back up and running for you. Why are you not running? We'll have a live picture up here momentarily. In the meantime, I can show you, and I'm going to get you the latest coming in from the National Hurricane Center and also the National Weather Service out of New Orleans during this feed. So that should be helpful, I think. Okay, I've got an updated picture coming in from New Orleans now. Let's get that plugged in here. And let me get that updated for you here. In the meantime, let us know how your Sunday is going. I know there's a lot of guys out there that are providing some of this weather coverage. I've been casually monitoring. Had some stuff, we'll say, that we've needed to deal with. For those that have been following our case, 2.5-year legal battle came to an end on Friday. I'd love to tell you that we had great news, but that's all right. The important part is that we had some closure and a finality to ongoing legal stuff that nobody really wants to get involved with. It's ugly. It's an ugly world out there. All right, that is a picture from just a moment ago. Might be able to get that up live on another, and we'll get a couple other webcams up for you as well. But anyway, I'm happy to say that we do have some closure in that area, and that's going to allow us to focus on some other things, more important things, hopefully, including weather updates. I'm very happy to do that, and if you don't mind helping us get the word out that we do have these weather updates on here, it's appreciated. I've got 20 plus years experience doing it. I've got my AMS, American Meteorological Societal seal of approval. I'm a certified broadcast meteorologist, and with your help, I can get a few more subs. So keep the shares coming. We'll come back to this picture out of New Orleans again, covering the landfall of Ida and where it's going. So coming up here in a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you forecast track of where this beast is going, which I think it's going to bring a lot of rain to a lot of people, including portions of the lower Mississippi River Valley, Dixie, Tennessee, and the Ohio River Valleys, and eventually the Appalachians. So we'll have that coming up here in a couple of moments. Rosen here. Hi, Jeremy. Miss seeing you guys. I can't get you guys anymore. I saw your WxLIVE truck around Floyd Knobs a couple of times. I can't get you guys. You mean on Facebook you can't get us? Let us know, Rose. But thanks for being on here, and it's good to see you. Kathy, that's all right. Look, you know, it's 2.5 years in the making. A lot of the stuff was baked in with the courts. We knew it going into it, and that's what happens when you're up against powerful political entities and corporations with billions of dollars at their disposal. When you're the small guy and you've got the attorneys working pro bono for you, as much as we appreciate the legal help, we were in way over our heads. And unfortunately, money does matter when it comes to legal stuff, and political power obviously matters when it comes to this stuff. We'll talk more about this tonight on our regular program that's coming up. at 8:45 tonight. Join us for that. That's Jeremy and Lisa Ray live 8:45. It is a Facebook platform, but we also have a great support group over on Patreon. Many of them on here, and they always get the scoop first, by the way. So we always pop on with them first. So we'd love to see you guys over there. Still working on this New Orleans picture. That's okay. We're gonna go back over to radar. And then I'm going to get you the latest from the National Hurricane Center as it comes in and is available to me. I'm monitoring several different feeds here tonight. Happy to take a break from the Politico, which has just been crazy. It does not stop. But talking, of course, about some of that stuff tonight during our big show. But there's a live look at Ida. Still a powerful storm. As of 4 p.m. as mentioned, they were still categorizing this thing as a Cat 4 with 130 mile per hour winds. That should be changing. Next update should be imminent, so we'll have that. And I want to show you the other radar image that we have here in this picture. And we're going to take you over to our level 2 data. This is coming out of New Orleans. This is New Orleans. And let's see where that picture went, and that should be popping up now. Here you go. And there they are issuing, looks like some tornado warnings. Tornado warnings are being issued on the east side of this. Tornado warning for eastern St. Bernard Parish, northeastern Orleans Parish, southeastern St. Tammany Parish, southwestern Hancock Parish. Goes until 7 p.m. Eastern. That's 8 o'clock. Make that 8 o'clock Eastern, but it's 7 p.m. local time, Central Time there. And this is not untypical at all from a landfalling hurricane, especially on the right side of the storm, the northeast quadrant, as they oftentimes like to talk about. That's where you have just enhanced spin in the atmosphere, so sometimes some of that energy gets directed to the ground. You can see where they've flashed the warnings, and it's interesting shape because they went parish to parish. There's a parish in between. They decided not to warn that. Just know that these are typically weak and short-lived. Of course, it can do some damage being in one of those spiral bands associated with a hurricane that's already producing a lot of wind. So, all right, let's get the latest from National Weather Service in here now. Come on over here to my other terminal. And, okay, so it says that, just getting some reports here from Keesler Air Force Base, sustained wind of 40, gust of 53. Not earth-shattering, but strong winds. The tornado warning, as mentioned, was issued for Orleans, St. Bernard, St. Tammany parishes until 7 p.m. Central. Got a report of a sustained wind of 61 miles per hour. That was out of Gulfport, Harrison County, Mississippi, which is actually impressive distance away. So that's cool. That's very cool. And flash flood warning for St. Tammany County, Parish, I should say. St. Tammany Parish. Gulfport Biloxi International received a 60 mile per hour wind gust. So we are seeing some of those bands well to the east, some pretty impressive winds. All right, so New Orleans continues the tornado warning for Hancock and Orleans, St. Bernard, and St. Tammany Parish until 7 p.m. They say at 6:37 p.m. Central Time, which is now. That's 7:37 Eastern. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing tornadoes were located along a line extending from near Lake Catherine to 14 miles northeast of Shell Beach, moving northeast at about 60 miles per hour. So, continue to monitor that. Let's zoom on in here. You can see the proximity, and I'm gonna lose the wind data over on the right. We'll go over to one panel. All right. So this really gives you a close-up view, though, of where it's at in proximity to New Orleans, obviously. The eye, very, very well defined in this image here. And my mouse is kind of freaking out. It's not going to let me tell it straight for you, but you can see New Orleans over here. And there's the eye. So the eye wall is this area here. This is where the strongest winds are. And I have no doubt there's gusts in here 90, 100 plus miles per hour. Even though it's weakened, we know it's weakened. But still, that's where the core of the storm is located right now, moving right towards St. Rose, Hahnville. Those tornado warnings well to the west. And again, they don't verify well, but they throw them out there. But that's the latest. So next we will show you where the storm is going. Who in the Ohio Valley could receive several inches of rain. We've got 15 on here. Thank you for being on. As always, can't do this stuff without you all. Let's we'll try to go back over to a live picture here in a couple of minutes. Might have better luck if I take my other source. All right, I'm going to take our other source here and see if it takes. Oh, that's loud. All right, let's get that image corrected here. And I need you to come over to this one. There it is. And it was, I guess there's a lot of people on it. I mean, it was just live. Let's do this again. Refresh. There it is. It's loud. Alright, can you still hear it? Oh, I turned the wrong one down. No, did I? Oh, okay, so it just quit again. I think it goes to show you how many people are trying to look at this feed. Because it keeps crashing. It's got 1,400 people on there live. Let me do it again. One more time. A little bit loud. Now you get the idea. You got some wind and some rain in New Orleans right now. Makes a lot of sense, actually. Okay, so my question is, why can't I keep that feed up? That's annoying. Let's try another feed. Might be able to do that. Who do we have? We've got Keenan on here. Hello, thank God you're back. I miss you all. Keenan, thank you for being on here. I appreciate that. You know, it's been, we've had a lot of things on our plate this summer, including some legal business that I'm happy that is finally concluded as of Friday. But thank you for being on here. Pat Cunningham, Kathy Major, Rose Granger, I'm sorry about your outcome. That's all right. Look, you know, shit happens, and you got to deal with it, and you got to move on. So that's what we're working on doing now. I got Rian on here from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Thanks for being on. And Rose on here. Right. Okay. So let's go back on over to radar. And let's get the latest with this storm. Again, landfall earlier. But storm really still packing a punch, though. It's not weakening very quickly. Yeah, and part of that was to be expected. I would say that it definitely strengthened overnight more so than just about any model said that it would. Because, you know, I went to bed last night and had sustained winds of 105. Woke up this morning, sustained winds of 150. I'm like, wow. Just, again, fortunate that it made landfall where it did. Because if it had had it come on shore 50 miles further east, it would be devastating for New Orleans and surrounding areas. And you know, it would be quite remarkable that it would come on shore within a day, 16 years later, of Katrina. A day after. I think Katrina was come on shore the 28th. I have to double check that, but it was right on the 16th anniversary of Katrina. So thankfully, All right, here's a look at the bigger picture. So where is all this mess going? There's more tropics out there, by the way. We're just getting into the heart of tropical season for the Atlantic. There's another storm just on the Mexican coast. We'll talk maybe about in just a couple of moments. Can't spend too much more time on this feed though, because I do have other commitments, including our regular 8:45 show. Patrons, by the way, you'll get your preview coming up tonight, hopefully around 8:35, 8:40. Get to talk a little bit about reaction from the court stuff. And then we've got a special guest on tonight, Dr. Cordy Williams out of California, former Marine and now chiropractor, holistic doctor, taking a firm stand for freedom. And we're going to get his take on everything that's happening, including what's happening in Afghanistan, our southern border, and the California recall, which he was one of the ones that helped to spearhead that, which Governor Gavin Newsom is now up for that recall vote on September 14th. So we'll talk to one of the guys that actually got that spearheaded, got that started. All right, if I can get another picture out of Louisiana, I will for you. Right now, it's just not a great picture for some reason. Not sure why. Let's talk about where the storm is going. And so the storm is one of several. Here's a look over, closer up view here from a satellite perspective. There it is, IR. Now, it's one of several storms of interest just across the Atlantic Basin. You've got another one that up here, Julian is expected to, it's not going to bother anybody. That's all you need to know about this storm. It's going to move towards Greenland. But it is a tropical storm. It's got a name. They've got a disturbance off of the Virginia, North Carolina coast, not expected to cause a problem. And then you've got a new tropical depression that just formed today, way out there, but the models do generally take it towards the southeast U.S. All right, so that's what we've got going on now. Let's talk about the track of Ida. There's the official track. Going to move it right through, and I can show you this on my computer as well. It might be a little better for you. It's going to move right through the south, moving through western Mississippi, into central Tennessee, southeastern Kentucky as a depression, and into West Virginia. It's going to spread a lot of rain to a lot of places. That's not necessarily a bad thing this time of year. Oftentimes, tropics can be lifesavers when it comes to staying out of drought. So that is going to be good. There's the track. And so the cone of uncertainty with the Hurricane Center's best track. There it shows it where it is now, where it's going. There could be quite a bit of rain though. Rain to the tune of several inches in some areas. Let's talk about potential rainfall with this. Okay, and here you go. So, you know, you're talking like New Orleans, like 15 inches of rain. It's going to cause some problems, some flooding. In fact, according to reports, there is some breaches in some of the levees. The Plaquemines Parish, they're calling a breach in a levee, overtopping. So that's going to cause some flooding. You had all this rain. ABC News is reporting that Hurricane Ida ripped off part of the roof of Lady of the Sea General Hospital in Cutoff, Louisiana. No reports of injuries. And then we did have some pretty significant storm surge flooding. So the rainfall from here, if you track it, some excessive rainfall on the order of 2 to 4 inches will be very common once you get up into the Tennessee and Ohio River Valley. That could include potentially southern Indiana, central Kentucky, eastern Kentucky, maybe even more rain, 4 or 5, even locally 6 inches. And you can see the flood potential is going to be there as well, even up into the Pittsburgh area. So a lot of rain, excessive amounts of rain in some cases, but you would expect that with the landfall and hurricane. Comes with the territory. All right, let's wrap this one up. I want to take some final comments on this and then see how you guys are doing tonight. Keep the likes and shares coming. As always, it is very much appreciated. And just know that I can't do this stuff without your help. So thank you very much for that. All right, who do we have? We've got Jim Perry, Kathy Major, and we got Mary Perry in the house as well. Yeah, Mary, I decided to do some work, okay? Mary gets very excited when I do weather. She's a weather buff, kind of a weather geek herself, so I can appreciate that. And Robin on here as well. Great to see you guys. And then Keenan says, thank God that storm is not in Kansas City. And be pretty difficult to get a hurricane in Kansas City any time of the year. But yeah, there you go. Final look at radar. Where the storm is, where the storm is going. And put that back into motion for you. There you go. And the worst is occurring in New Orleans now. It's not going to get any worse. It'll get better. See if I can get that picture up one more time for you guys. Maybe I can find a new picture, something better. That other one keeps dropping out. And there was a lot of traffic out of New Orleans. How about this one here? All right, we got a live picture for you. Let's check it out. All right, there you have it. It's raining in New Orleans, Louisiana. Boy, it's coming down, as you would expect. Yeah, they're expecting like 15 inches. So anyway, thoughts and prayers for those impacted across the South 16 years after Katrina. I think they'll take this. It was a strong storm, but it's nothing like that. But anyway, that's it. I wanted to jump on here. Wanted to share a little bit with you guys. I know I have been off the radar for a bit. Been focused on other things, life things. But I'm happy to get back to my passion, what I love. Love weather. Always have. And we'll be doing more of this, and we'll be expanding our broadcasts and looking for ways to make it better. So I'll be looking for your feedback, okay? All right. So as always, you guys are very much appreciated, and look forward to future updates. Tropics just getting started. I have a feeling it's going to be a busy month or so, at least through September. I see us being quite busy, as oftentimes we are and should be. We're approaching peak tropics. So, all right. With that being said, it is 7:52. Have another show to focus on, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. But I want to thank you for being on here, and keep the likes, shares coming. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. And we'll be back with more updates. We'll be talking to you soon. If you want to find our 8:45 program. Typically, it's up shortly before 9 o'clock. I say 8:45. It's really our patrons that get on by 8:45. And you have to become a patron, by the way. So come on over. That's patreon.com/WxLIVE. Just like the big bad banner behind me. Big bad banner behind me. How's that for alliteration? Huh? So that's WxLIVE on Patreon. And then we do have that Facebook program that gets ramped up. Usually around 9 o'clock. Special guest tonight, Dr. Cordy Williams from California, talking about the California recall, talking about his experience as a U.S. veteran, former Marine, and a holistic doctor of medicine. Can't wait to get his take on all the craziness going on. And yes, we'll be talking politics. So we'll talk to you guys then. In the meantime, guys, have a great evening, and we'll talk to you soon.